Usheen Barrett from BigOFilm.com, and today is going to be the first video of the Big O Blog YouTube channel. Now, I've split my YouTube channels into 7 different YouTube channels instead of the one, so you can check out why and everything like that and what YouTube channels are which on the Big O Film YouTube channel under that video, or you can go to my other channels on the right hand side of any of my channels, and it has the other 6 for each channel. So if you're on Big O Gaming, it'll have the other 6. If you're on 3D Studio Ocean, it'll have the other 6 of that, Big O Blog, etc., etc. So anyway, today I'm going to be talking about my new studio and editing setup. So today I do video editing. I'm really interested in movie making, directing, that kind of thing. So I use Final Cut Pro on my Mac. Final Cut Pro 7, the latest one apart from Final Cut Pro X, which by the way sucks. But so I use Final Cut Pro 7, so I have Final Cut Studio, what would be considered 3, but it's actually Final Cut Studio after Final Cut Studio 2 and then Final Cut Studio. It's weird. Anyway, now I'm doing a movie called Third Wheel, and I have like 60 hours of footage on my Mac. Now keep in mind this is like a 2008 Mac, I think. It's 4 gigs of DDR2, I want to say 800 megahertz RAM, and then it has a dual-core 2.5 gigahertz processor, and I actually replaced multiple times my hard drive. It started with a 200 gig 7200 RPM, and then I replaced that to make a 500, and then that to make a 750. So right now it's at 750 gigs, 7200 RPM. But I've noticed lately that my Mac has been slowing down quite a bit. Actually, to be honest, part of it is that I upgraded to Lion, and Lion is kind of crap. Especially with Final Cut Pro. But part of it actually is that I have 60 hours on this Third Wheel movie that I'm working on. And it's a full movie, it's full length, so it's probably between an hour and a half and 2 hours. We don't really know, so we haven't finished enough of it. But we're at about the 37-minute mark of completed footage. Completed editing, actually. So that being said, and we have 60 hours, which means it might take up to 200 hours of footage. Now, my computer takes forever to load that Final Cut Pro project file, and everything, and it's very slow while editing it. So for that reason, I've decided to upgrade my editing setup. Now, the only real way to upgrade it is to get a new computer or to do something like that. Well, I found a better way to do it. Not really sure it's legal, but I'm pretty sure it is. So, lately, meaning within the last little while, like year or so, I built a new computer. It's actually to the left of me here, and I use it mainly for 3D modeling, 3D animation, and that kind of stuff. It's a custom-built computer that's a PC. Now what I'm thinking of doing is running a Hackintosh on it, which means basically turning that PC into a Mac. The problem being that I run an AMD processor instead of an Intel. Now I've heard that you can do that. So anyway, here, let me tell you about the specs of my new computer, or this computer that I have, that I built. So it's a hexacore, meaning 6 cores, 3.3 gigahertz a core. It has 16 gigabytes of DDR3, I want to say 1600 megahertz, yeah, 1600 megahertz RAM. It has a 1 terabyte, 7200 RPM drive. It has a 24-inch, I'm looking over here to see what it has, 24-inch drive, 24-inch screen, a Blu-ray burner, and Blu-ray writer and burner. It has a 5.1 sound system. I'm trying to think what else. It has USB 3.0, a bunch of other ports. You name it. It has a graphics card, a 2 gigabyte graphics card. It's a really high-end one that has 2 individual internal fans inside of it. Pretty good. So it's really, really good. And to make a comparison of how well it works, I've run Maya on this computer. And I know that Maya isn't necessarily built for Macs, but I actually think that literally my PC that I custom built can render 10 times as fast as my Mac. Not even a joke. With all of its RAM and everything. And the other thing is I haven't been able to crash this beast of a machine over here. Not once has it crashed. Not once. Whereas my Mac just gets slow. It gets the spinny thing, you know, the spinning beach ball. This one hasn't done that. And I've run millions of polygons on Maya while running, you know, 1080p video, while doing this, that, the other. The 16 gigs of RAM really helps, and everything else. So because of that, turning that machine into a Hackintosh, meaning that I run my Mac in it and run Final Cut Pro and all that. and that would be excellent because I would have all those cores. I could set 2 cores to do compressor, 2 cores to do Final Cut Pro, something like that. And it would be much, much faster, especially with the gigs of RAM and everything. It would be able to run everything super fast. After Effects, Maya, everything would just be instant render time. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. And what I'm actually going to get for that is I'm going to do a Hackintosh, and then I'm going to get, I use a FireWire 800 3TB drive for my scratch discs, meaning where I put the videos on. So what I'm actually going to do for that is I'm going to get a FireWire PCI Express FireWire 800 card. And it doesn't support FireWire 800. It does support FireWire 400, however. But anyway, this machine is going to be a beast, and it's going to run all my editing programs super fast. I'm deciding what I want to do with my Mac, but I'm thinking I'll just obviously use it as a laptop or put it to the side or something and run the big screen here, where I am right now. So yeah, that's the plan, really. And then I have leftover parts from another machine. The problem was that we built a machine that was a quad-core 3 gigahertz. It had 4 gigs of DDR2, I think it's 1066 megahertz RAM, and it was pretty fast. It was faster than my Mac at rendering, but it wasn't that great. And it had a $30 graphics card, so it's not that great. But I was thinking, with a screen and with another case, I could turn it into a YouTube computer, as I would call it, which would be to the side. Which means I could get, this is 24-inch, I could get a 27 or a 30-inch and put that here for my editing setup, and then get the 24-inch and put it over there. And the YouTube one would be solely for YouTube, so I'd get like 7 browsers and have each YouTube channel on a browser, maybe. I'm just thinking, you know. It wouldn't be much else use other than that, you know, Facebook and that kind of thing. That would probably be the main computer. But anyway, the other thing it could be used as a render farm. I mean, there's multiple things that you could use it for. You know, but I have my Mac. I have another computer as well. You know, I'm considering giving it to a friend as well. So anyway, that's I think that's pretty much what's going on with the Hackintosh. I don't really like calling it that, but I did buy the Mac. I spent loads of money on it. I bought the PC. Now, keep in mind, this PC is like a $700 or $800 PC custom built. Yeah, just throwing it out there. The other thing I was thinking of actually getting is an 8-core, so that's a octa-core processor, 3.8 gigahertz. But I don't know if that would work with Mac. Anyway, that's just about all for this video anyway. So that's Ushing Barrett, or this is Ushing Barrett signing off. See you on the next video at Big O Blog. You know, check out Big O Film for some cool stuff on the website and everything. And I'll see you next time. Do I have anything else to say? I think I do. All right, bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.